Here live, we're about 9 minutes, less than 9 minutes away from the Skyfire, Operation Skyfire live event for the kickoff of Season 8. We had an alien invasion go down this season, and it's been a lot of fun, but we'll talk to that. We've got some folks coming in. We've got PezPusher is here already.
What's up?
And Pez has been streaming on PezPusher's channel for Twitch there. You can go and find her at PezPusher. She's been streaming a lot of this season, so I'm looking forward to hearing what her thoughts are. We've been grinding this season. We've been grinding.
Yeah. Mr. Level 343.
It's I just like I really went after all of the missions and stuff this season, as well as doing a lot of the creative as well, and it's been a lot of fun. I've had a good time with it. I'm a little distracted because I'm just making sure we get everybody in here because I talked to some folks.
I'm gonna go ahead and start inviting people. I'll be your comptroller for a hot moment here and get this going.
All right, sounds good. We've got Weedle who has popped in. Weedle, great. How's it going, Weedle? Oh, maybe Weedle's mic isn't yet. And Dr. Zoidberg is here with us as well.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
You guys have also enjoyed this season, I think. I think Weedle a little less so.
Yeah.
But, so what was your impression? When did you start playing Fortnite? Because you started not too long ago and already proved yourself to be a very powerful player. But tell us about the seasons that you've played and what you've liked, not like. Like compare this season to the other seasons in your experience.
I started playing in Chapter 2, Season 4. That was my favorite season, because to me there's places that were really cool because they had stuff to do with Marvel, Stark Industries and Doom's Domain, and I thought it was really cool. The guns were good. There's vaults and helicopters.
Oh, I do miss the vaults and the helicopters, yeah.
And I loved going to Doom's Domain, because Dr. Doom was pretty easy to kill, so I could get his vault card. And
pretty easy for you, because you're so good at
it. But what my least favorite season was Chapter 2, Season 6. Because to me, the primal guns weren't the best, and I didn't like them. And they took away snipers, and they took away tags for a while.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why it was my least favorite.
Yeah,
and they took away vaults.
I missed the snipers in that season. I agree. I'm glad they brought them back for this season. How did you do with the bow and arrow stuff? Did that were you able to figure out how to get that to work well for you?
Turn your party channel.
Hey, that sounds like
the TheGlitterBubble and
hello,
Dance Master are in here.
I'm trying to balance watching the Seahawks with this beginning of this.
Yeah.
vonBoneskull is doing a little bit of a Twitch stream right now, so.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so welcome to the stream. We were just kind of sharing our thoughts on this season compared to other seasons.
Okay, go.
Oh, that's a good review. Cool.
That's gonna be awesome.
Hey, so Plural Archer wants to experience the whole thing just solo, so he's not going to join us.
Okay.
This is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be awesome.
Like
4 minutes. 4 minutes.
You guys are already in there?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm on top of the silo.
Okay, it says that I'm waiting for Dance Master and the TheGlitterBubble to ready up, so the glitch might keep us from getting in here.
Get back to lobby. Get back to lobby. Get back to lobby.
We have to leave the match?
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave match. 4 minutes.
All right, I'm leaving the match. Hopefully
right,
this doesn't mess everything up for me.
I know. I'm hoping it doesn't.
For some
Me
reason,
too.
it looks like I'm like sunk into the ground because I can't even see the timer.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh, yeah,
There was
yeah.
an
The
error.
camera angle changed so that we could see everyone in the party.
Okay,
Okay,
guys.
so do you see
No.
do you see how we're in? Okay, hold on.
Hold up. There.
I know we're gonna win.
Okay. Ready up.
Seahawks are gonna win, baby.
Ready up, boys.
I've been playing all week with I got the football skin and I tricked it out for the Seahawks. So
you're nice.
Yeah,
Everybody,
so-
ready up. Ready up,
Okay.
buddy.
Remember, is on screen.
Oh yeah. Okay. Right, we're on screen. I didn't remember that.
Okay.
And then Zoidberg, I think we haven't heard from you yet. Any thoughts about this season compared to other seasons? Do you have any ideas of what they might be doing for the next season?
I haven't heard anything about the next season, but this was my second favorite behind the Marvel season.
I agree with Dr. Zoidberg. I think of the most recent seasons, I think the Marvel was my favorite. Big fan of all the characters and everything. But I really loved all the aliens and stuff in this one. And I think that's the same for the GlitterBubble. Did you enjoy the alien theme?
If I was on a ranking program,
Hold on.
I'd rate like season 4 and season 7 like both on perfect.
Oh.
I would because I just love those two sequences.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I feel the same way, man.
The music's really cool in here.
Ooh. I think I enjoyed the aliens. I think the UFOs were I don't know. I'm
One minute, where are you?
UFOs. I didn't
Where's
like
2 minutes.
Where's
I didn't like-
everybody? Where is everybody?
The aliens were Yay.
Okay. We're on the island together. Yeah, I had mixed feelings
Yeah.
with the UFOs. It was
And there's such
frustrating
low
at the end of a
gravity.
game when someone would rely on being in a UFO instead of fighting.
I'm just
So-
gonna be in the sky.
So you just had trouble with the functionality of the UFOs this season.
I just thought that was a little kind of wussy, like relying on the power of a UFO instead of actually battling it out. I don't know. That was just personal.
Yeah,
Personal
no.
feeling.
1 minute, boys. 1 minute. This is it.
Oh look, another butterfly. I would like to thank PezPusher for the amazing butterfly skin that I am wearing right now.
Yay, butterfly!
See, you are amazing. Thank you so
everybody-
much. I hope you got my message. I sent you a message thanking you about it. I'm on top of the barn, by the way. Where are you guys?
Get on top of the silo. Get
All
on
right.
top of the silo.
It
I'm
looks
on
like
top.
they're starting to
Yeah, on the
talk.
silo. Get on top of the silo.
I'm trying, but I
No!
can't.
It slipped me off.
I know. I tried to jump up there too, and it slipped off.
Okay, I'm on the silo. I'm on the silo.
I want to get
Alright,
up
okay.
All
there.
right, folks, we're in the last 30 seconds now.
Yay.
We're gonna find what's
This is gonna be
happen.
so cool. I can't wait for
Prediction
season
Is
8.
that Sloan has set all of this up, Agent Sloan.
Yep.
So
We're
it's
gonna
gonna get
destroy-
sucked up in there, and it's gonna be full of
Dr. Sloan.
bombs. So it looks
Oh,
like
Oh no! Don't fall off!
oh, is it Dr. Sloan?
Okay,
You're
okay.
right. And it's gonna blow
my
up
gosh.
the mothership. So we got 9, 8.
I'm like
Yeah.
stuck on the
7,
outer edge of
Here
the
we go.
island. Okay, there we are.
5, 4,
I think Sloan's an
3,
alien.
2, 1.
Okay.
This is like the Galactus event.
What's happening?
I'm looking up, but people are blocking my view. I'm
Little
gonna stand up.
little anticlimactic. Oh, here we are.
Oh, what's happening?
Okay.
Okay.
What is happening?
We're getting abducted, I think.
Yeah.
Everybody, brace for impact. Oh, this is so cool.
Oh.
back here. We're in separate
This is
rooms,
familiar.
though.
Are we doing the ore bubble?
Ooh, I should have practiced
Thing.
this.
I guess so, huh?
I'm all alone though.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
I think everybody's all alone.
yeah.
I see a Rick, dude.
Something's happening to our backpacks or jetpacks.
Oh yeah.
NPCs!
Oh, they didn't arm you, and troops are everywhere.
Oh.
I found the abduction chamber housing the bombs. Once this patrol passes, I'll get you out of here.
Nice.
Alright, this is so cool.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, whoa! We could do escape.
Okay, go.
Okay, we don't have much time. Okay, go. We don't have much time.
Where?
Oh, whoa! This is cool.
Yeah,
This
we
is like
go.
actually cool.
I'm gonna find
Where
you.
are
Go,
we
go, go!
going?
Run, run!
Watch out
Uh-oh,
for each
what
other.
is this?
If you get seen, we're done.
This is so cool. I'm just running around in some weird spot. Keep jumping down stuff. Whoa! I found this weird thingy. I'll open the
Oh,
door
okay.
once it's clear. Okay.
What's this? I'm at that
Okay,
little funky
they're gone.
symbol thing.
Give me a moment.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I think I see you. Is this?
I'm a butterfly person, but my wings aren't there anymore.
Yeah, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you glitter. I see you glitter.
I got it.
What?
Let's go.
Go, 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 boys,
You
go.
get seen. Get across the bridge as quickly as you can.
Okay.
Okay.
As quickly as we can. This bridge. This
Get
bridge.
across the bridge. Oh my
This
god.
should be easy.
This is like panic mode.
You've been spotted.
What?
Keep moving.
Oh.
Ah! Go, 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 boys! This is so cool!
I just hope there's not a hardcore obby thing.
Watch out!
Yeah,
Watch out!
Ciao. Ah!
That scared me.
People shooting
Scared me.
us.
That scared me. That scared me.
Oh, they're trying to shoot us. We don't have any guns.
We can punch them. There's like 50 of us. There's like 4 of them.
Yeah, we can just
No, there's
tag
5
them.
of them.
Glitter, I see you. I see you, Glitter.
There's a transport tube up ahead. That may work.
There's transport to the head. This thing?
This way,
We're going
this way,
back.
boy.
This one.
This is the way. This
Yeah, I'm taking
is the
this
way. Go, 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 go,
That transport
go!
tube will get you past their patrols.
What is
I'm right in this.
Ooh, we get to
Let
go
me
in this. Go in the portal.
Whoa! This
Woo!
is so cool! Whoa!
Closer.
I can't get in.
Uh-oh.
These aren't intended for organics.
Whoa!
Let's hope
Get
it's not
in.
an issue.
Oh, now I did. We.
I'm in the back of everyone.
I just hit a wheelbarrow.
I'm just confused how Sloan knows
Slammed
where
into
everyone is.
Yeah, she's got
Now
some
what?
good sensors or something.
Keep moving, boys. Keep
Look
moving.
at the little alien.
For now, stay alert.
They have like all
Zog.
the decorations.
I see Zog.
There should be another transport tube ahead.
I see Zog. Boys,
Looks
I
like I'll
see
have
This
to
is
Zog.
so
Zog.
cool.
me a
Whoa,
moment.
why is there so many cat food?
What?
Oh,
Dr.
look at
Zoidberg, I'm following
look
you.
Look at the guys in the window.
Oh!
Whoa,
That's so
oh my
cool.
gosh, that
Bill
is
and
a
Ted! Oh
tremendous
no!
You're in a different
They're in
room
there.
than I am.
They're surrounded by the little dudes.
You're in a different room than I am.
Oh, they're waving at us.
Okay, hold
Someone? Oh, it's Carbonite
Wait.
and Peely.
Just need to-
Found Carbonite and Peely.
on. Okay.
They broke him out of that Carbonite stuff, but he's still in Carbonite.
Get in the tubes.
Poor Peely.
Yes! Get in the tubes! Get in the tubes!
Ah,
What?
Whoa! I'm in one of the tubes. I can tell which one I am
This will
in.
take you right to
Ow.
the abduction chamber.
keep getting hit by stuff. I'm trying to dodge
You
them.
have to dodge those things?
I think
What?
so. Whoa, okay.
Oh,
this is
that's
cool.
cool.
Oh, I see Corny Complex.
Yeah, I see corny.
The
This
bombs
is
are in place.
awesome.
How have they not noticed those bombs yet?
I cannot tell. I don't know.
This is so cool.
Yeah, I know. This is...
I like being able to run on the water. That's cool.
So far, this event
Uh-oh.
is amazing. What's happening?
This is super cool.
Oh,
I'll
wait.
get things ready on my end. You keep
Wait.
those backpacks near the
Wait.
bombs.
Looks like
Are we gonna
hornet's
die?
nest.
Are you gonna die with this ship?
No,
Okay,
we're not gonna
let's
die.
Start the arming sequence.
Okay. Ah, what?
Oh.
Wait, what's happening?
Oh, whoa!
Signal was cut
I just
off.
got slammed
The
by that
signal was
door.
cut off!
Wait, what's coming out of the water? I'm not stepping on the water. What's coming out of it? Something's coming out.
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
It's
Oh, Kevin.
Who's
It's
Kevin?
Kevin the Cowboy!
Kevin the
It's gone
Cube.
for good.
Alright.
Dude, leave me alone. You're attacking me. I
Yeah,
want
it's
to
gonna
bounce
zap
on
you if you run off it. Boing.
It's Kevin
Who
the
is
Cube.
Cube, dude?
That's awesome.
Why did you call him Kevin? Is that a name or something?
His name is it's Kevin. It's just called Kevin the Cube.
Oh,
Yeah, that's his name. Oh my gosh! Kevin the
cool.
Cube crouched
It's
at the
a
last scene.
mysterious, powerful thing.
Kevin, you've been bigger than I last seen you.
let's kill him.
You got bigger.
What?
Die.
Wow!
Okay,
We
we
killed
need to
people.
hit this thing hard and fast.
Oh, okay.
Don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't. Ah! People
Wait,
are
somebody
dying.
died? Wait, you can die from this?
I need to
No.
weaponize your pack.
No, I think someone logged off.
Oh.
Ah!
Yeah, I
They're
keep seeing
dying.
people die. No, people are actually dying.
No.
I'm trying not to die. Yeah, people are
How do
actually
you
dying
weaponize
from
this?
this.
This says weaponize your pack.
I survived.
Get to the windows. We have to arm those bombs now.
Okay. How?
She's doing
Oh, it's about
it.
to. It's about
Arming
to.
sequence is
It's
good.
on your backpack thing.
Okay.
Because Default doesn't have one. Default doesn't have a backpack.
And we're done.
Oh, there's the
Oh,
timer.
it's the timer until it blows
You
up.
played your part. Now I have to play mine. We are
Uh-oh.
fighting a war in which we are
We're fighting in a
hopelessly
war which means
outgunned.
we are
I
hopelessly
won't bring you
outgunned.
home.
I won't bring you
There's a
home.
chance that
No, there's a
thing
chance that
can make it back
that
to
thing
the
can make it
island.
back to. So she's trying to kill us now.
And out.
No.
Over and over.
And we're the good guys. She's our commander. We are the good guys. We're
She
trying
said
to
she's
stop
leaving
you.
us
So
to
it
die by
seems
the
like-
bombs.
No.
It
We're
seems
all
like the
supposed to
power
be
of Kevin
helping.
was used to arm the bombs.
Wait,
Oh.
Yeah,
Reboot.
sounds like it.
reboot.
Oh, do we have to like touch this thing?
Yeah. Wait.
Oh well, I'm touching it.
Oh, E, interact.
Well,
Oh, there we
it's
go.
glowing
Reboot.
blue. It's glowing blue.
Oh, that's cool.
Now
Yeah,
it's
that's
ice. Kevin, you're
That's
not
cool.
ice.
Are we gonna get teleported by him? Oh, that is so cool. That is so
Ooh.
cool.
Kevin,
Oh, I
you're
got
not
this weird
purple.
effect.
Now
I
what?
got this weird effect. This is
Kevin
so
is
cool.
blue now.
Kevin, you're
Yeah.
not blue. Kevin, you're not purple anymore. Now you're blue.
This is cool.
What
Whoa,
is
whoa,
happening?
whoa.
Whoa.
This is
Oh, look
trippy.
Look above us. Look, we're
Wait.
in an elevator.
Whoa.
We're in an elevator.
What?
Oh, that's
Thank you,
cool.
Kevin. Thank you,
Wait,
Kevin.
this
That's
this
cool.
okay. This part's opening.
Iron
Oh my
Man, what are you
God.
doing here?
This is so cool. This is
I know.
literally so cool.
Where are you?
Oh,
I see Mom.
we can't
Mom,
see
Mom.
outside now. We can't see outside now.
It's like the haunted mansion at Disneyland.
Mom, I see you. I see you, Mommy. Mom.
Hi.
I'm a glitter. Hi.
Hi.
Whoa. Oh. Look outside. What is this?
Oh. That
Did we
was
just get
creepy.
teleported to save the world or something? I don't want to find no zombies.
I don't want to fight no zombies.
This looks kind of creepy.
No, it's an abductor.
Oh.
You're kidding me, right?
I don't want to find no
What?
zombies. I'm not in Save the World, okay, game? I'm in Battle
I'm not
Royale.
in Save the World. I'm not in Save the World.
I'm curious as to what
Oh, this...
in those pillars.
Wait, was this a fake one?
Two!
Because look, there's another one.
Two!
Oh, he spawned. Kevin has spawned.
That's
Oh, there's
Kevin.
little mini Kevin. Wow.
So let's just say it's safe to say that there's a little bit more than a billion.
Those are baby
What
Kevins.
is happening? Oh, I forgot we destroyed it. We're blowing it up.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh!
Oh, shoot, I'm flying.
Oh,
Hello?
were we dead?
Whoa! Oh, that is so cool.
I jetpack.
No!
What? This is so cool!
No!
Kevin's landing on the island.
Yeah, I see him. Oh, look at all of them. So, I guess the map's probably gonna be...
Oh, there's
Oh,
the
it's
big
the good
boy.
Kevin. So, are we gonna get a brand new island next season? Because I'm pretty sure it's gonna... The island's gonna get exploded. No, it's about to hit me. It just hit me.
What? It just hit us.
Yeah.
I'm dead now.
Okay, we're not dead. You are not dead.
We're gonna wake up on the new island. Please, game? Please? Oh, come on.
Continue.
My screen's just black.
In season 8.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh.
Yay, we continued in season 8.
12
I want
hours.
to see the ending. 12 hours. 2 a.m.
This
42
is a
minutes.
copy?
Wow.
Oh, right, the new piggy. Okay, hold up.
That was
That
super
was
cool.
great. Yeah. You.
So we were able
Sorry
to kind of
for-
call out some of the stuff that we were seeing along the way. Did anybody notice anything that didn't get brought up along the way? Does anyone know enough about Kevin to talk about kind of Kevin's origins?
Nope.
Boneskull wants to know about
Well,
Kevin.
Kevin
We can talk about Kevin's origins.
He's a cube.
Can you talk about Kevin?
He's
You know a
in
lot about
chapter 1, season 6. He's an evil cube that started a zombie apocalypse. Well, I mean, not a zombie apocalypse. They're called zombies, but they don't look like zombies.
So-
it's hard. to
Here's what happened.
Okay.
So, just randomly in like the middle of chapter 1, season 5, like this big purple cube got summoned by a lightning bolt.
And I should mention,
And
this is Plural Archer. Plural Archer has joined us. He's giving us the rundown now. Thank you, Plural.
Hello. So anyways, this big purple cube was summoned by a lightning bolt that came from a rift in the sky.
Oh.
Right? So then it rolled around the map. And then once it got to Loot Lake, it sunk into Loot Lake. And then it's hard to describe.
I think I remember it made the water like bouncy. It turned it purple and made it like bouncy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. And it made a floating island in chapter 1, season 6.
Oh.
So, and then it got destroyed at a live event in chapter 1, season 6.
Do you remember what it was that destroyed Kevin?
It actually imploded on itself.
Oh, okay. So maybe like
Yeah.
the force necessary to keep that little island afloat in the air, maybe that was too much for Kevin, and he like overloaded.
I'm not exactly sure.
Anyways,
Okay.
guys, I'm gonna see you later.
All right.
I'm gonna go.
Thanks, Dance
Cool,
Master.
guys. Yeah, see you.
Cool.
All right. So you were saying. So then Kevin explodes while he's holding up the little island in the air.
Yeah. And that was pretty much the last time we ever saw him until now.
Oh, so
At
that was
this
it.
event.
There was no other appearance of Kevin in between, right?
No.
But there was kind of an homage that's been over at Steamy Stacks for a while, where they
Yeah,
he
there
became
was,
kind of a
like-
symbol or a statue.
Yeah. It is the symbol of steamy sex. So Epic is noticing that it still does exist.
It was always my understanding that Kevin was actually created by that group at Steamy Stacks, like whatever dark science they were involved with. That Kevin was their creation, and that's how they planned on doing clean energy or something.
Oh.
Well, like the furthest we can trace back to how Kevin was created was when in Chapter 1, Season 4, a rocket went into the sky and created a giant rift. And then one day in Chapter 1, Season 5, it turned purple and struck down a lightning bolt and created Kevin. So I don't think it's to do with Steamy Stacks because it didn't exist back then.
Oh, so it's more like they're worshipping at the cult of Kevin the Cube.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like, Kevin is a power source himself, pretty clearly from earlier events. And then it looks like Kevin is what was used to power all the explosions and everything to take down the mothership this time. So it seems like consistently he is a power source. One question I have for the group, and I don't know if you noticed this, Plural, because I know that you were doing the event solo, so you might have noticed a little bit more. When I was pretty overwhelmed right there at the end where the cubes started raining down and hitting different places on the map, which I'm assuming means that these will be places that'll be destroyed for next season.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
you happen
I
to
noticed
notice?
that. Yes, I noticed because I was playing the event solo. I noticed that ashes from the mothership went down and destroyed Steamy Stacks.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
And that was pretty much the only POI that I noticed got destroyed. There were probably some others, but
I saw some cubes. I think if I had the angle right, but I was a little overwhelmed by all the awesomeness going on. But I think one of the cubes hit Misty Meadows. Did anybody else see that?
No,
that's
I love Misty Meadows.
I saw it.
You saw it also?
I wasn't really paying attention.
What do you think?
Why do they have to take away all of our favorite POIs?
What?
What do you think the tie-in is of Kevin and the UFO mothership?
Well, I mean, like, you could clearly see that, there were, if you go close enough to the mothership, you do see runes that, the cube has. So, it probably means that either it was powering the mothership, or it was like something like, I don't know, that they were keeping as an artifact to study.
Oh.
Okay.
Those columns. I feel like those columns that were made out of like little mini cubes were like its power source. Like it's
That was so cool.
That was weird.
Yeah, it was.
Anyways, I'm gonna
very
give this back to Glitter.
All right. Thanks for coming in. Oh, real quick before you go, if you have a minute, we were talking about how the different seasons kind of match up and everything. And I think between you and Pez, I think you two have probably, of the group we have assembled here, I think you guys have probably been playing the longest. How would you rank this season in comparison to the other seasons that you've gotten a chance to play?
Well, since this season, we did see the cube, and the mothership was powered by the cube. Well, or either they're keeping it as an artifact. I'm thinking in season 7, in chapter 1, the Ice King created like a snowstorm, and combined with the power of the cube to create like ice zombie fiends things. So maybe it was that. Because in season 6, chapter 1, the cube created like zombie fiend things. So I don't know. I don't really see much like similarities. This season is about like aliens and stuff. Chapter 1, season 7 is all like snowy and stuff.
Okay.
I love this tweet I just saw. Guess we're watching movies tonight and setting the alarm for an early start. Fortnite game Skyfire.
So I guess.
Anyways, I'm gonna give this back to Glitter.
All right. Thanks again, Plural.
Oh, and by the way, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Yeah. Check out Plural Archer. I think you do Twitch and also Facebook sometimes. The game.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Future YouTube star over here, Plural Archer. Definitely give him a follow.
Oh, yeah. And also, Pez, thank you so much for the music pack that you gifted me.
You are so welcome. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, it's really cool. Anyways, I'm gonna give this back to Glitter, and yeah.
Thanks again,
I
Pearl.
want to
We
just
got a good
really
group here, a
quickly,
lot of love.
that tweet that I just mentioned where she had said, I guess we're watching movies tonight. That is actually a news manager for WFXL. And she just happens to be a Fortnite fan as well. In Albany, Georgia. I love it.
Wow. That's one thing that I've noticed,
Carrie Coppola.
the difference, I feel like Fortnite has this ability to kind of cross generationally. It's something for the young, for the older, like everybody gets to play, and everybody has a good time. Dr. Zoidberg, I think I introduced you to the Marvel season, and you've been having a good time, I think. What are your thoughts? So you got to see the Marvel season end event and everything up to now. How are you feeling about this?
I like it. I've never been a fan of shooter games, but the Marvel aspect of that season and through you tempted me into trying it, and it's actually really fun. I've really enjoyed it, and especially having a game that my son can play with me. It's a lot of fun.
Surprised to hear you're not a fan of shooter games because you're so incredibly good at them.
That's just it. I've never been good. Every one that I've ever tried, starting way back with the original Halo, I've been awful, and all my friends have been so much beyond where I was at that I never wanted to play them.
Yeah.
You're kicking butt though. You're doing great, and I remember the first matches that we played with you. You were literally shooting us under the table.
Yeah, right out of the gate, you already had a handle on things.
Truly. I think you got to give yourself a little bit more credit because I'm not someone who wants to play Warzone, but I will play Warzone with you, and I sure as heck would play Splitgate with you, which is, from what I've seen, a combination of Portal and Halo 2, which those are two fantastic games. So, but yeah, no, I understand the not loving shooters, but do you play first-person shooters? Do you play Fallout? Do you play any of these other games? What do you usually play?
I mainly play sports games. The baseball game, MLB The Show, is about my main game.
Nice.
I was a fan of Fallout. I didn't like the newest one as much, but I loved Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3.
Nice.
New Vegas is one of the most pleasant experiences I've ever had playing a first-person shooter. Did you enable the Weird West in that?
No, I don't think I know about that.
Okay, so I
played
highly recommend
it through to try to find all of the different paths you could take, because it's basically a different game every time. And I spent hundreds of hours on that game, but I don't know that I know what you're talking about.
If you're not familiar with Fallout New Vegas, I'll just give a quick thing. You have several factions. Yeah, for the audience, you have several factions that you can back up. You have Khazar's Legion, which is spelled like Caesar. It's kind of a joke that no one understands historical figures. You also have the Khans, and you have the NCR, and I'm missing something, I'm sure. But, you could also just work for the Strip, because there is a man named Mr. House, and guess what? The House always wins. Always wins. Anyway, point being, it is one of the best video games I've ever played in my entire life. But there is this thing you can enable called the Weird Wasteland or Weird West. And the things I saw are just everything I love about video games. You could just happen on an army of grannies who you need to take down because they're killing a bunch of people with their rolling pins. What? It's an army of grannies. You just gotta stop them. They're causing issues. You gotta nip that in the bud. Or my favorite experience was I had a dog. Typically dog meat, but this one was Elvis impersonator, his dog. and the dog started whimpering at me, and I was like, what is it, boy? And I have all these options because I guess I have the animal friend perk, and it was like, well, what is it, boy? What? Timmy's trapped in the well? And all of these are just dialogue options. Like at any point I could have not done this, but I understood Lassie, so I was like, okay, take me to him, boy. And so we go to a well and we travel across the wasteland, and I find a well that's actually like, it's got like a topper on it. And so I'm like, okay, and I crawl down. I start immediately getting attacked by a naked mole rat sort of creature. And I'm like, oh my God. I get pretty injured. I kill the thing. And I look down there and there's a child skeleton with bubblegum and a BB gun. And I'm just like, no! Timmy was dead in the well.
So
and it's just stuff like that.
To activate this Wild West mode or whatever, is it something that, is it like a DLC, or is it something like a setting that you just flick on?
It is built in. It's just like you can choose to do survival mode. For instance, you can say like, oh, I actually want to have to drink out of my canteen every 15 minutes, and if I don't, I would like to die. Like that is another option you have playing this game. But the more fun option is Weird West, and that is where you have all the strange things happen in front of you. Like all these side quests that aren't even side quests, they're just strange happenings, which is like if what was the game I was so into? Cyberpunk 2077, if they had employed that would have made the game so much better, because Cyberpunk is such a weird slapstick sort of genre in its first place. So, I don't know.
Wow.
Anyway, I cut you off, and I want to hear more about the games that you like to play and how Fortnite lines up, because I'm really curious now that I know you're not a first-person shooter person.
Are there any skills that cross over from like MLB The Show that are usable here, or is it a really different animal?
It's a really different animal. I mean, it takes really good reaction skills because it's super competitive and the pitch speeds are fast, and you have to, in a split second, have to move the little tiny thing to where the ball's coming in to hit. So maybe that has helped me with my shooting, is getting used to that and playing that at a competitive level.
Okay.
But other than that, I play all the Star Wars games that come out, and that's really it. I don't really venture out much with other games.
What's your favorite Star Wars game?
Knights of the Old Republic.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. That's
I'm excited. I saw that they're remaking it for PS5, so I'm really excited about that.
They are. They're remastering it, and that is when I will probably buy a PS5.
And then, Weedle, are you still there, Weedle?
Yeah.
Yeah, Weedle.
So now that you've experienced the event, how does this line up with the other events that you've experienced? So maybe run us through, because you started in Marvel, so you probably, that might have been your first event, but kind of walk us through and compare this one and tell us what you think might be next.
Sadly, I didn't do the Marvel Seasons event because I had school. So the only events I've actually done was the Seasons Ariana Grande event and this one.
That was so cool.
Okay. So what do you think about this season? We talked about it a little bit early on. You really liked the Marvel one. Not so much with the, what was that? Where the map kind of got, portions of it were thrown back in time to a more primal age and everything. You enjoyed that one less.
Yeah.
And I have to admit here, and maybe you or Pez or Dr. Zoidberg can help me out in figuring out, I forget the season that was in between Marvel and kind of... Oh, it was the sand.
It was the bounty theme
That
season.
was cool, though. I loved how that season brought in all the NPCs, and like suddenly I felt way more interested. Like I felt like it was gamified. But I am someone who's played World of Warcraft, so whenever I can go get quests from NPCs, I'm always very excited. It's like, oh, there's a non-player character who wants to tell me to do something. Okay, sure. I need this in real life. I need this gamification in real life.
So Weedle, you got to play the Marble season, the season with the sand, and then the Primal season,
Primal season, and then
one.
this season.
So
This
break it
season
down for
was
us.
weird.
Yeah, kind of rank them. How do you feel about these?
This I'm gonna start with the sand season. That season, to me, I liked it. I really liked how there's like a whole different biome. Like there's a huge sand biome that covered the map, and I thought that was really cool because tons of stuff changed. I liked how you could sand tunnel to get away from people, but one thing that wasn't that good about the season is because like most of the map was covered in sand, but that makes it kind of hard to snipe since you sink into the sand, and it's hard to snipe when you're moving around.
That was exactly the issue that I had with it. Is whenever I would pause to try and do something, I'd start sinking in the sand, and I found that very frustrating.
But other than that, I think it was really cool season because there's like gold and NPCs and like tons of other new stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot of new elements of gameplay that were introduced during that season that have persisted even today, being able to pick up the bounties. It was basically the bounty hunter season. So you were able to like pick up bounties, you were collecting gold. So there were several new elements that were introduced to Fortnite, and I was a little reluctant at first, but I kind of like how they've been incorporated in now. I'll be honest though, I don't know if anybody from Epic is checking this stream out, but when it comes to the gold, and you guys tell me your thoughts and impressions, I don't use the gold that much. Like
you hoard the gold.
Well, it's not about hoarding. I don't really find opportunities to use it very often. Like I enjoy collecting it, but then when it comes to spend it, like I'm like, I don't know, I'm fine. But like the one gun that I love getting, and I just recently found it again. It used to be sold up at the ski lodge, and now it was Gugimon or Gujimon. That was over by the lighthouse that had the Nighthawk available for sale.
Oh, yeah.
That is a great way. And I would spend gold on that. I just didn't know, for most of the season, I didn't know who was carrying it and where it was for sale. But what do you guys think? How's the gold working for you guys? Do you use it a lot? Do you enjoy it?
I use it a medium amount. Like, I definitely am not, like, running on empty all the time, but I love killing couches, apparently, and
yeah, I did enjoy that. Yeah.
like, I mean, knowing I could kill a couch and get a good 20 gold from it is pretty nice. I wish I could kill a couch with one hit and moving would be so much easier. But yeah, no, I liked the gold system. I thought that they had well honed it this season because I couldn't overbuy, really. Like, I would maybe spend 3 matches not collecting gold and getting things, but then in one match I could get enough gold to where I could purchase something the next match. I think it was pretty well balanced.
And we've got Glitter in the chat. Apparently there was a little bit of technical difficulty on her end.
Oh no!
But she's saying that she loved the sand tunneling. It was very cool. But that sinking in when you were trying to do something was frustrating. And she reminded me about Hunter's Haven, and I did like that as a POI. That was a very
Hunter's
good one.
Haven was a very fun one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I can more easily say my least favorite seasons than I can say my favorites, but I will go ahead and say my favorites are number 1. I agree with you. The spy season was great, but maybe it was just because that's when I came back to the game after Chapter 1, Season 5. And I was there slightly for Chapter 1, Season 4. I was there for a little bit, Chapter 1, Season 6. I do remember the day Kevin the Cube dropped and being like, what is this thing? Everyone would just crowd around it, and I would be playing, like, solos. But everyone would crowd around it and not shoot each other. And then I saw some people shooting the cube, and I was like, oh, I'll try that. you shoot the cube, you died. I was like,
Whoa, really?
yeah. So if you pickaxe the cube, then you would just get like shot back. But if you shot at the cube, it would actually damage you for the amount that you were shooting it.
Whoa.
I remember that confusion because I was very new to Fortnite and I was just like, what is happening? But so first place still Spy season, second place Marvel season, third place this season, and that is not to diminish any of the other ones. I just really loved having superpowers, and I really loved the intrigue of like the first time they used the mechanics for shaking someone down. That was great. My least favorite seasons: number 1, Primal; number 2, the water season.
I think for
number
me,
3, probably the sand season.
for me, I think 1 and 2 are flipped. So for me, my least favorite was when the island got flooded and you basically had to swim everywhere. I think that was
Oh,
my
yeah.
least favorite season. I think second was probably for me uh, the bounty season. For me, like the sand and I don't know. This is definitely a personal opinion. I've never been a huge fan of like desert areas. So it was a huge desert in the middle of the map, and I just wasn't too much of a fan of that. The sand tunneling to me, like when I was trying to escape the storm circle or something, great, glad it was there. But other than that, I didn't find too many opportunities to use it, and maybe that's on me for not like spending some time figuring out the quirks of it and then using it to advantage
This
in
is the
gameplay.
secret to why vonBoneskull won't go camping with me in the Mojave.
Yeah, it's too much sand. It's too much sand, man. I
hate
like
sand.
forests.
It gets everywhere.
And I'm a huge fan of forests, which like to this day, like one of my favorite POIs on the island has been Weeping Woods. I even when it translates to gameplay, I still love like forests and green and stuff.
But you
Glitter
love
has a
getting
question.
hit?
Glitter has a question for you, Pez.
Okay.
And I don't even know because like I know it. I definitely didn't because I didn't play any of Chapter 1. Pez pulled me into Fortnite like I pulled you guys in. Mwahaha!
Yeah, it's true.
In the spy season, and I call it the spy season because I don't, or the secret agent season or whatever, because I haven't gotten all the numbers now, but I know it was like Chapter 2, maybe Season 4 or something. Season 2, I think maybe. But anyway, I came in on the spy season. So, Glitter's question for you is: did you play Chapter 1, Season 5?
I did.
And what was the theme there? Tell us a little about it.
Chapter 1, Season 5, I was so new to the game, I didn't understand many things. Like, I remember hiding in a house and be like, oh, this is how I stay alive longer. And then, because I was totally, this was my first introduction to Battle Royale games. So I was sitting in a room and I was like, oh yeah, I can hide out here the whole time. I'm going to be fine. I don't know what this building thing is, but I'm going to hide out here and be fine in an attic. Because I would sit and watch other people who had killed me and watch them play, and that was largely like what they were doing. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be fine. And then I remember the storm coming and be like, why am I taking damage? This doesn't make any sense. So as far as season 5, I was so inept and so confused. I don't know if I really got to embrace any of the story. What I can say is there was a cool thing with golf carts, and there was a golf POI. There was also like an Asian, like a Hong Kong little village themed POI. There was also a Southwest POI, but the ones I liked the best were, I think it was something along the lines of Misty Meadows. I made the poor mistake once because, again, total noob. Like, I was going from Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 4 where I could use bats and at least slow down enemies coming towards me. And you can't do that in Fortnite. So I was out of my element. I was Donnie. I was unsure what was going on.
And I agree with her on this point. So she started talking about like the skins that are available in each path or each season, and that's a big part of Fortnite. I recently came to the conclusion of like when I was younger, when I was just a little dude, I used to collect a lot of action figures and stuff like that, and I would play with my action figures and everything. And I kind of realized Fortnite has kind of become a digital version of that, where you basically, you can kind of collect these action figures, you get your favorite ones, and then you have this environment to play with your action figures. And especially during, modern circumstances where we have this pandemic underway and stuff, and people are kind of spread out all over the map. Not only can you play with your friends safely during this time with your action figures together, but also you can make new friends from around the world and play with these digital action figures together in this environment. I think that's great. So the skins are an important part of Fortnite. And just to interject, just to illustrate how old school you were talking about, this was the first time you were playing one of these battle royales. Glitter and I actually started. So Fortnite is built. Probably most of you know Fortnite is built on the Unreal Engine. This is a software basically that was created based on one of their first creations called Unreal Tournament. And it's very much, if anybody goes and finds, I think they did a remastered version, if I understand correctly. You can go back and play Unreal Tournament, and you'll see the similarities, how they took that format that they were using for Unreal Tournament and put it here into Fortnite. One element there that I really appreciated, and Glitter, if you're still listening here, and let me know if I'm right or wrong. One of the fun things about Unreal Tournament was, as players, you could actually customize your own skins. So you could make your own skins. And for example, there was the regular fighters and things like that you could play. But if you wanted to play as Homer Simpson and you had the technical savvy to do it, you could create a Homer Simpson character and play in Unreal Tournament as Homer Simpson. Copyright violation, of course, blah, blah, blah. But because you had made it for yourself, then it was fine, and you weren't making any money off of it or anything. Sorry, a little bit of legal jargon in there in the middle. But the bottom line being, the skins have always been an important part of what they're creating using this Unreal Engine, even from its infancy. So Glitter follows up with asking which seasons, and this is a question I'll put to the group. I guess we'll start with you, Pez, since you're probably just thinking about it. But what seasons had your favorite skins in them, or one favorite skin?
Season 2, 2.2. 2.2 had absolutely the best skins. All of those agent skins are ones I love. Hugo is one that you love running with. I love the girl with the teal hair, who's an 800 V-Buck skin. She's bottom basement, but awesome. Also, the stick she has, her harvesting weapons, they look like a better version of the Black Widow harvesting weapons, from...
yeah, I think if you crossed Black Widow's harvesting with a lightsaber, that's kind of what they look like.
Yeah, they're great. I love that. I also really love Rue. That's another skin I love from that season. I'm hard pressed to go against that season. And then you hit onto Primal. We actually got a lot of really great skins for Primal. We got Gaia, which is one I really love, who's sort of that bone warrior, blue skinned Mother Earth creature. And then we also got Ripley, Alien. We also got the what was it? Shoot. Sarah Connor and Terminator skins during that season. And good we memory, got Ryu, and we got Chun-Li. That's some of the best skins I think we've ever gotten released all at once. So I would say it'd have to be, as far as skins that come out that I want to buy and that I've purchased, 2.2 and then 2.6. I mean, the Marvel skins, they keep coming back. It's diminished their exclusivity to
But what about
me,
the Battle Pass skins, the ones that you can't purchase again?
About those?
Yeah, because what I would say would be, I think it'd be easier for me. So I started playing in the Spy season, or the Secret Agent season. and so I've been playing since then. I think it's easier for me to say when it comes to Battle Pass skins. Again, when they flooded the island and it was all covered with water, I think those were my least favorite skins. I think outside of that, it's just a competition for a favorite. I'm a big Marvel fan, but I guess I have so much regret about the spy season because that's when you had pulled me in, Pez, and I didn't
I
actually
tried
understand.
so hard.
And I thought that was what Fortnite was. I thought, oh, it's always going to be like agents versus agents and the secret agent thing. So I loved all those skins, but I didn't realize there was a ticking clock and I would never be able to get them again. So I have
And
huge
give me some
regrets.
credit. Give me some credit here.
Oh yeah,
Did I tell
you tried to explain and describe all of it to me, absolutely. But I was like, nah, that can't be the way it works. I'm sure this is not a. But yeah, it's very exclusive. Those season pass skins.
Just want the audience to know I did try, and he did get Deadpool. I was like, "What do you care the most about?" And you were like, "Midas."
And
I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, and I think that was probably the reason that one. I don't know. I think I've got a tie. So I was so excited to get Deadpool. I did grind, even as I was trying to get used to the game, and I was playing on iPad at that point. That was the last season that you could play on Apple mobile devices, and I was playing on an iPad. And a ruling came in. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I think earning that Deadpool skin was so satisfying for me and such a great accomplishment. And I'm so happy that I have Deadpool now. So I think that one's probably tied for me with the Marvel season as far as being able to earn all those Marvel skins as part of the Battle Pass. That was very exciting, and I loved being able to get all those. But you're right. You brought up some great stuff here. The bounty hunters from the bounty hunter season, those were a lot of good skins. I think the Mandalorian probably being the most fun as far as those go. And then in the primal season, you talked about, I think the category is called the bone punks. So they're like, yeah, kind of these primal punk rockers. And I really liked those skins.
And there are some who think that the Bone Punks, the reason that they've come back in the shop, like Shiara, one I love personally because she's so Mad Max, might indicate that we are going into a Mad Max sort of season, which that's definitely not what I'm going to replicate in the desert in about a week and a half. So.
Yeah, and then I'm just looking here at Glitter real quick before I finish my thought. Yes.
Yeah.
She says you can play the remastered Unreal Tournament, so that's great. That's there. I still have my original copy of the one that we played back in the day, Glitter, and I was thinking we might give that a shot.
Put that on a thumb drive. Share it.
Yeah, I think it's available out there if you still have your original copy. The difference there, so here with Fortnite, they set up servers for all of us to be able to play. Unreal Tournament, you have to set your own server up, and then you define who your own party is that's going to be playing with you. So it's whoever you share your server with.
That's like what Minecraft is at this point as well. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Yes. So Glitter does remember customizing her skins. I think she ended up with a naked skin at some point, but she was still trying to learn how to figure out how to put stuff together and everything. She says she might have been able to get underwear or something on there. So she was trying to figure out how to put the skins together. And this was all like a much lower res than it is today. Of course, we thought it was amazing graphics back in the day. But yes, she thought it was hilarious, absolutely. And then she's commenting also on that the bounty hunter season. She wasn't a big fan of the gladiator, and I think, yeah, I mean there were some neat elements to it, but yeah, I don't think that might be, of all the seasons I've played aside from the water season. I think it's been clearly stated at this point I didn't like the water season so much, but I think the bounty hunter season, aside from the Mandalorian and the Bone Punks, That might be my second to the bottom as far as ranking goes. The Bone Punks. Sorry, the Bone Punks were actually in the Primal season.
Yeah, Maeve also was in. So
Yeah.
Maeve is kind of a bone punk, but not by name, and she came the season before. And then you got forget the name of the raptor lady with the blue dreads, and then you had the other one, and then you had Chiara.
Yeah.
Gaia. It was Gaia. She was the second.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to Primal, I liked the Bone Punks. And yeah, I don't know. So I guess I played 6. Is the math work out on it? 6 different seasons at this point, or yeah. And I think probably it's the water, the bounty hunters, and the primal season that are at the lower end for me. Whereas I loved the Spy Secret Agent season, the Marvel season, and this current season. I had a lot of fun collecting all of the skins here. And let's see, Superman, awesome. Loved getting Superman in here.
Yeah, it's just strange to shoot someone in the face as Superman. It's fine.
It's so weird. It's the same reason I have trouble playing Captain America. So let's see. Aquaman is the battle pass skin from season 2 or chapter 2, season 3 as well, and it's Jason Momoa. I mean, yummy. So yes, she liked the flooded map for Aquaman / Jason Momoa.
Fair.
She loved the ocean skin. I don't know if I remember that one. Do you guys remember
Ocean's
the
the
ocean
one.
skin?
She had pink hair, or she had teal hair, and she had like, a bathing suit and stuff.
Okay.
She had the ghost head on half the time.
Oh yeah. Also, she says that she remembers that Pez hated the crafting of the weapons in the Primal season.
In Primal, I hated that. I was like, why are you making me do more? Now I'm kind of used to it. It's fine. I gotta take a bio. I'll be right back.
All right. I was a particular fan of the Primal shotgun. But
Bye.
now
I have to go. I have to go to my friend's birthday party.
Oh, okay. I was just about to ask what we were just talking about. From what you've played since Marvel, what do you feel were the best season pass skins?
I think I'm gonna say chapter 2, season 5.
Chapter 2, season 5. Okay.
Yeah, because I like the Mandalorian.
Yeah, the Mandalorian was very cool. I agree. And Dr. Zoidberg, if you're still there, do any of the season pass skins stand out for you?
I really enjoyed the Marvel season for those. I enjoyed the way they had the Awakening missions. And I really enjoyed earning the Wolverine skin.
Yeah. Oh, that was, and I remember it was pretty tough. You really had to grind at it to get the Wolverine, but I loved all of them, especially since there was the Logan variant and you could just play as Logan. Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for letting us play with you, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and we'll see you on stream again soon.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, Glitter, Mando, very cool. I love that it comes with the child as well. Grogu, I think, if I'm remembering the name correctly. So that was a lot of fun to get, especially because being in Los Angeles, you end up with friends who are in the entertainment industry and stuff like that. And one of my friends actually gets to work on the Star Wars shows. And so being able to earn Grogu and the Mandalorian, knowing that my friend was working on the show at the time, that was like a special extra little kick in the pants for me that I really enjoyed that. Yeah, Wolverine, Glitter, that was very tough. It took a little while, but after after a while, you would learn the technique, and the first time, like, you had to grind to get the technique down, where you just were kind of up on higher ground to be able to defeat Wolverine and get those accomplishments and everything, so that you could get all the different variations of the skins and all the special, so that you could have like the claws for harvesting and stuff. It was very hard. But I remember after that, it seemed to get a little bit easier. Like, once you had it figured out, you're like, oh, okay, I got it. Yeah. Oh, good. Yes, Grogu. Yeah, you love Grogu too. I love the way that Epic animated Grogu in his little, like, pod thing. So, like, he puts that little ball in his mouth that comes from, like, the top of the shifter or whatever on the ship. And also he like stops to drink a little soup or a little tea or something. Fantastic. So good. The only way I think they could have improved on it is if they maybe included like if they included like a little frog for him to eat or something. So what about you, Pez? Any thoughts now that we've been reflecting back on the previous seasons? We've just finished up season 7, and now we've got season 8 in 12 hours from now.
I mean, this was definitely my favorite season as far as like original IP sort of stuff. Like, the Marvel season's great, but this, since the what do you call it? The spy season? Since 2.2, I think this has been the most fun.
Yeah, I think 2.2 had, in my experience, the best original skins, and then gonna flash through real quick for just original Fortnite creations, not any kind of like a collaboration or anything. I really like those bone punks. I thought that was very creative, very inventive. Loved that. And then let's see what else. I kind of got to agree with Glitter on the bounty hunter season where they had the gladiator and stuff like that. It's a neat skin, but yeah, I don't know. It seemed like they were neat skins, but just, I don't know, not all that interesting to me. And then we had the Primal season, so that's where the Bone Punks were, and now we have this season. I think this last season, season 7, 2.7, I think this is my favorite for the original skins since the Spy season.
I cannot wait until we have the opportunity to figure out what the new sweaty skin is going to be, because I think for this season it ended up being Gujimon, but I didn't really, I don't know, it was either Rick or Gujimon. But for the Marvel season, for instance, it was so weird how often it was Jessica Walters. Like, you're just like, oh, I was killed brutally. Was it by She-Hulk? Yup. You know?
Yeah. I think for me, what did I see the most? What did I get killed by the most this season? I honestly, I don't think I saw that many people playing Gujimon this season. Definitely the character and everything, very aggressive. And even when you met the NPC on the map,
oh yeah,
like,
he would murder you.
Yeah, there was no talking. There was just aggression. But I think I probably ended up getting killed this season the most by Dr. Sloan's and by
oh, good point.
I can't remember her name, but the one that has like the band.
Oh yeah, I liked her. Yeah, no, we did get killed a lot by Dr. Sloan and by aliens. Burr, 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 burr. I like ska music.
Yeah, the ska band girl.
The ska princess. Yeah, I liked her a lot, and I really liked that we got Pepper Thorne to go along with her too. That was nice.
And that harkens back for me. There's like a little echo there of the Bone Punks. It was kind of a similar thing. Like they were the band of like skater punks with like dinosaur bones or whatever. I thought that was
Yeah.
a cool combo, and she had another skin that came out to accompany that. Then this one with these, yeah, those are some really good
Oh,
original skins.
the glitter bubble says, "What is your favorite long-range weapon? Sniper versus bow?" I gotta
Oh.
say, sniper over bow, but railgun over everything.
I liked railgun, but for me there was just like it was that laser sight allowed you to kind of line up the shot a little bit, but for me it took too long to fire. So I might have like a quick opportunity where I could take advantage of taking someone out at a distance, but whereas the sniper would do it right away, the railgun you kind of had to wait for it. But you could also shoot
Oh my
through things.
gosh! Glitter says, "Oh my God, you liked railgun? I hated railgun." Well, here's the reason I liked railgun, glitter bubble. It was because I could focus on where I thought they were going to move, and then they would see the like red line about to hit them, and then at the last minute I could shift it to hit like to actually hit them. So I like that there was like a little bit of mental subterfuge. Maybe it comes from my like long distance running background where I like mentally decimating my opponents by like as an example, sprinting up a uphill when they're already struggling to stay ahead. But like that's just me. I like that mental game. That's part of video games to me. And when there's a battle royale and you're doing that, that's why I like the railgun, because I could mislead somebody into thinking they weren't going to get hit, and then I could get them.
Yeah, and I think I used it the same way, and I also liked that it could go through walls and builds and stuff like that. So I'm a big fan of the railgun, but I think for me the sniper is the only thing that beats the railgun for me. Bows, I was able to use, I was able to get them to work and everything, but I couldn't get quite the distance and damage that I was able to get with a sniper up to that point.
But those who use the bows well, like I think we got murdered by somebody who was using them very effectively. He had like 3 bows. He had the shockwave bow, he had the grapple bow, and then he had his regular like long distance bow. And I remember you and I both got knocked out by the same guy. And we were watching him and how he was employing the use of them. It was incredible. Like that is definitely the height of gaming skill, as if you can manage 3 bows and you're just like, I don't know, I'll have like maybe 1 weapon, but probably 2 healing items. I just need my bows. The fire bow is OP, says Glitter.
Yeah, fire bow was cool. I'll say that the way that you could customize them, so there was like the shockwave bow, the fire bow, the stink bow. I was like, "What? This is stupid." Whatever, but I ended up using that probably more than any of the other ones, because you could
when
use
it hits you
could use it to drive your opponents in certain directions, or you could use that to get them out of their builds if they were locked up inside their build.
Which is the thing. Like, if somebody's good at building, like we were watching someone. What was the streamer? It was like Ready something.
Oh, Reddish.
Ready-ish, yeah. Shout out to Ready-ish. Oh my God.
Yes,
so good.
If you like your streamers Romanian, she is a great pick.
If you like your streamers Romanian and like Poison Ivy Incarnate, who have some mad skills. Yeah. She's got some mad skills. Like,
which
I
circles
have not
back to
seen...
what you were talking about. Yeah, you're watching her build. And it is some pretty amazing building skills.
Her edits on PC are just like admirable. They almost make me want to learn on PC, except for I know it'd be garbage for like a good 3 months. So I don't know. It's one of those things that's like, I don't know, I'm old. Like, I'm over 27. I don't know if I really can pick up this skill as quickly as you did, but maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glitter also says one of the reasons she liked the bows over the snipers was because of reload time. But I would submit yes. And I think that's the way they keep the sniper from becoming OP is because of the reload time. Because if you're good with the sniper and you were able to get a headshot, game over. You know, you've got it. You've done it.
Glitter says, I wish I could go to an actual building camp to learn how to build and edit quickly.
That would be cool if there was, maybe some people, because I know Pez is pretty good at building. Definitely.
Well, I could be your level 101 professor, and then Plural Archer could be your level 102, and then your level 103. We would have to pay that professor like a lot because they would be really good at building. They'd be able to get a sponsorship. So.
Yeah. But I think for me, talking about that, like building is the thing that I've been just concentrating on. Like Dr. Zoidberg, I've never been all that great at first-person shooters or anything like that. So for me, it's basically been, when I was playing on iPad, there is a way that you can arrange the controls on the iPad so that it's customized for you. And I was able to put like all of the controls I use the most closest to be able to use, and then the ones that I needed less, I was able to rearrange things basically. And for me, it was the first time that I was actually any good at a first-person shooter. And then since they ended up having the legal proceedings, we still got to talk about that. You haven't been able to play any of the new seasons of Fortnite on iOS devices. So I've had to go back to console and try and get good with the controller. And I think I got to the point now where like I'm an adequate player. Like I'm able to get through. I'm able to get some dubs sometimes, some victory royales, but it's not as common as it was when I was all excited about this, being able to play on the iPad, where I felt like I was a good player, playing the game. What was I originally talking about?
I don't know. I tried to
building.
do a shout out of Reddish, ReddYsh.
No I.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's it. So I'm just getting to the point where I'm feeling pretty comfortable with the controller, and I think building is now something that it is time to figure out. And I think Glitter, you're doing keyboard and mouse when you play Fortnite, Glitter, if I'm not mistaken. And that might be something else. I know I haven't gotten a new gaming PC in years now, and I did give it one try with the new Fortnite, but I think it was just too slow to be able to handle this. So, we'll look at maybe getting a gaming PC in the near future and see if maybe that's the way. Because when we played Unreal Tournament, we did that on PC. So I do have, hopefully, some muscle memory locked away somewhere deep in my cerebellum.
Your cerebellum? What does that hold? What happens in your cerebellum?
Hopefully the muscle memory to be able to do keyboard and mouse again, when I decide to update and upgrade and get a new gaming PC.
Right. Okay.
But so Glitter is on keyboard and mouse.
vonBoneskull getting a new gaming PC. We gotta make up this friend fund where I give you money to do this. Because people help people get away from console addiction.
Yeah. Well, and here's the other thing, and Glitter is pointing it out here, and this is one of the problems that I have most with controller is aiming on a controller. And she says her aim dramatically improved using mouse, and that's my memory as well. So back when I was doing keyboard and mouse gaming, I had pretty good aim, and that's when I developed a love of snipers, was Unreal Tournament on keyboard and mouse. Like, if I had a sniper, forget about it. Like, no one was going to be able to get me. Well, maybe.
Dude, ReddYsh, she has 37.6 followers on Twitch.
How do you have 0.6 followers? 37.6 followers?
37.6 thousand
followers.
Oh,
that's there. I thought there was somebody that was just on like 60% of the time.
No, it seems like she should be bigger, but I really enjoyed her channel. I really enjoyed what you showed me last night. vonBoneskull basically was sending me stuff of this lovely female streamer and female, not to say like it's anything less, female to say like you have even more of a reason to watch her because she's awesome and she's fun to look at. So I don't know.
Well, I think the great thing is the inclusivity that's been happening in recent years. There was a lot of, I don't know, stupidity in years previous.
Sorry, I had a frog in my throat.
And it's great now to see like the entire community coming together more and more all the time, because this has always been the case. You know, for example, GlitterBubble and I were playing these games, you know, a long time ago before any of this stuff happened. Never questioned it. Never wondered like, oh, why is Glitter playing these video games or whatever. It was just like we all got together. We bonded over our love of playing the games, and it was a good bonding experience. You had a lot of fun together.
In my humble opinion, the issue was with the millennials and with the fact that our toy departments were like subjugated to like, oh no, if it's video games, it's a boy toy. If it's Transformers, it's a boy toy. If it's Barbie, it's a girl toy or a girl game. Like, I have never accepted that bullshit, but I don't know. It's definitely something that my specific generation had to deal with, and I don't think any generation before us or after us has had to worry about.
Glitter
it's very
says
specific.
The hate comes from insecurity. I think way back in the day, like, you know, let's talk about like the 1950s and stuff like that. There was a concept of kind of segregating the girl amusements and games and things like that from the boy amusements and games.
It was just
marketing.
marketing.
And stuff like that.
It was
But
marketing.
Even then, there was examples of crossover. Yeah, marketing, absolutely. So, in the bottom line is it basically profit-driven marketing stuff. But I think back to To Kill a Mockingbird, and you have examples that go back where, you know, there was what used to be called at that time a tomboy, and that was basically a girl who was like, you know, rough and tumble and liked to get dirty and work with her hands and like stuff like that. Things that were at that time generally and typically regulated. Is that regulated? Toward you know, the young boys and stuff like that. So
yeah, no, I mean, I love Transformer toys, and for one of my Christmases, I remember asking for, I think I was 9, and I wanted a backhoe. You know, one of those things that has like I actually don't know the words for this. I just liked it as a kid when I would see it in my neighborhood. I'd be like, oh, it's a backhoe. The thing, like you have the thing that lifts up all the stuff, and then you have the thing in the back. Yeah.
Okay,
like
for some reason I kept hearing backhoe. I'm like, what's a backhoe?
Well, I consider it a backhoe. Is it a backhoe?
Backhoe. So a hoe is something that
distinction was not made by my parents. Probably because they're Midwestern, it sounded bad.
So it's a bulldozer kind of thing, but where you would have like, and I think a lot of them do have that shovel in the front.
It's a hybrid. It's like an SUV.
Yeah, there's also an arm in the back with a shovel on the end of it that you can use, and that is the back hoe.
So you got the shovel and the bulldozer all on the same thing, and I was so excited when one of my presents for Christmas from Santa was a, you know, how do you kindly call it? A construction device. Like, I like that my parents were like, you can use this. But then at the same time, because I'm a girl, because if you were a boy, I learned later with my brother, you would never ask a boy to only use a backhoe inside. I was asked to only use a backhoe inside. I was not allowed to bring the die-cast model into the dirt where it belonged, where it was supposed to live.
Yeah, a lot of, but I do have sympathy for parents in this regard, because I had to have my inside cars and then my outside cars. Because if I brought If I brought a car outside and got it all dirty and then brought it inside to play inside, then I'd bring all that dirt inside. So
That
I
does
had,
make sense, though.
yeah, I had to designate, like, these are going to be my inside cars and these will be my outside cars.
No, yeah, that absolutely makes sense, though. Like, what? Like, you thought it would be fine to bring outside dirt and inside? No! Your mother's working hard enough. Leave her alone.
The glitter says, Idaho.
Yup. Like, I don't know. I didn't have regular Legos. I only had Duplo blocks. So it was just like, why don't you play with your Legos? Why don't you use the machine on your Legos? Like my little backo. So I was like, okay. And I would try, but you could only pick up like 2 Duplo blocks because they're so giant. They're made for toddlers. Like that was the
Yeah, they
last
are.
time that my parents thought they could buy like a plastic toy. Like I got Connects and I got Legos, but they were only Duplos. And then my
Yeah.
brother, he got to eat sugary cereals. He got desserts that were not normal desserts, like I
Salmon?
had fruit leather, and he had like fancy hi-ho cookies, and I was just like, what is this garbage?
So
But he also got to bring all of his like construction equipment into the yard, so that's where that ends up. There you
So
go.
Glitter understands and says that she has made plural keep his Disney cars as inside cars. So yeah.
And you know what? In 30 years, that's going to pay off.
Hot Wheels can be outside cars, but not Lightning McQueen.
Dude, I have Disney like Happy Meal toys. I should see how much they're worth. I understand. If they're branded with Disney, you know what? That's a different thing. Yeah, totally. Totally. Mhm. Disney cars are collectibles. This is true.
Oh,
This is
really?
very true. Yeah.
Well, I mean Disney in general, but I didn't know if there was like a specific line of collectible Disney cars or anything.
Well, let me say, as a millennial with
I've been
a
out of the
large
game for a
collection,
while.
large collection of Beanie Babies, I have literally been holding onto the Beanie Babies in plastic bags because my parents have not moved yet. Which, knock on wood, I hope they never will. But I have a large collection of Beanie Babies at their house that I've been slowly watching the value of go up because I was one of the few who didn't throw them all away because they were worth nothing.
Yeah, no, that's probably a really smart maneuver. Like every once in a
Yeah.
while, especially if you can find a niche item. So, for example, Disney, sorry, we're just got on a little Disney thing here, but they have the collection, and I forget there's a couple different that they released of VHS movies that would come in plastic clamshell cases.
Oh.
These movies
Yeah.
now are highly sought after collectibles.
Dude,
So-
I will sell all of mine. You hit me up with that because we have a whole bunch of them and I would love to give that money back to my parents. Like, hey, you remember how you bought these for me when I was 4?
Yeah, well, they've earned interest, Mom and Dad. Here you go.
No, seriously, they could get rid of this dumb shelf that they have that's holding all of them that they all hate. Like, that would be great. Yeah, hook me
Yeah.
up with that info.
I forget the exact, like, I'd have to go back and revisit and look for the report
I will
again.
say,
But,
probably the most expensive thing I own is the Little Mermaid where they didn't edit out the things that look like penises.
Oh, yeah.
I have
and
one
that
of
might be it.
those. Yeah.
Because there have been little edits made here and there to different things. So going back and be able to get that original content. But as far as, because Glitter's asking, why is it because of the plastic clamshell case? I'm positive that's part of it. But these were like special edition, like they used to have the thing where like released from the vault, kind of
Yep.
things like you get it now, won't
Working
be
Disney
back for
Vault. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
20 years or something. So that was also part of the nostalgia that made these things collector's items. And the clamshell was definitely part of it. And they were basically special editions. Some of them may included some like bonus features on the tape before or after the movie or something. But as a result, and because generally these were for kids, so as the case was for all of us, and of course, being kids usually have like peanut butter and jelly on your fingers or whatever, and you're like, "How do tapes work?" And you start turning.
Well,
So a lot of
moreover,
these
they ended up
things
crushed. They ended up
crushed.
crushed. There's
Yeah, I was
like
just
2
illustrating some.
VHSs that are probably not worthwhile because of that in our collection.
Yeah, so they were more prone to destruction because people would often buy these collector's things for kids, and because they were items that were from the vault or whatever, then all of a sudden they were very hard to replace. So people would try and, and this was like before eBay or anything even. So they became these collector's items. So as eBay
The Glitter
started,
Bubble
yeah,
says, but who even has a VHS player anymore to even watch them? The answer is it does not matter. The
it's
last
not about the
VHS player
watching.
I had was ruined by a friend watching a Matilda VHS. And I was sad for her because her Matilda VHS that she had ever since she was a child was gone. And she's just like, no, I'm just so sorry I messed up your VHS player. And I was literally like, I'm pretty sure I could get another one if I really wanted to, but this was just something my parents made me take to college. So,
I still have a VHS player in the closet. I definitely haven't used it in a very long time, but I have
they
one.
will eat your tapes. They will eat your tapes.
Maybe
you just
your
wait.
VHS players. I don't buy cheap VHS players.
It was a Memrex, okay? It was a Memrex.
Is it real or is it Memrex? Now that's a
You
throwback
dork.
joke. Nobody's
That
gonna
is
get
a
that one.
dorky joke. Glitter says, but you said the special content included on the VHS was what made them desirable. Well,
It could be. It could be. But I think that's what makes them a collector's item. But I think it's more about bragging now. Like, you'd stick it under glass or whatever, and you're like, this was the first time they included behind-the-scenes shots, in the latter half of the tape or
the
something.
reason that VHS started doing behind the scenes stuff is because DVD was doing it. And they were like, well, we got to keep these customers who want to have backward technology as long as possible, which I
Yeah.
respect because I'm generally someone who something can exist for 5 years before I decide like, oh, okay, I have to have this. But the whole
I
thing
think
with
the bottom line, Glitter, though, I don't think people are collecting these to watch them anymore. They'd
no,
probably be afraid of damaging them, as Pez was just talking about. I think the idea
as
here,
happens.
yeah, I think the idea here is they just want the pride of ownership. Like that's what they're willing to pay for is to have this collector's item of a special edition release in its original clamshell VHS case.
Do you know what I should do? Is I should sell our old VHS and then I should turn it into crypto and then give my parents like 5 times back the vault, like the value of what the thing is.
You know what else you might be able to do is maybe skip right to the punch, and make it into an NFT, like tie it into a non-fungible token, so that when they buy the VHS, they are also getting the non-fungible token that goes with it.
Oh, that would be really cool, actually. That'd be
Yeah.
really cool.
Look at us like updating collectibles and things like that.
I mean, when you have an asset, it's your job to figure out how you can share that asset in the most lucrative fashion because you own it. You have the thing. Who else has the thing? That means you're able to set the price because at this point, the VHSs that I own are rare. Like I have 101 Dalmatians as released in 1992. I have The Great Mouse Detective as released in 1993.
And I think that might be
Weirdness.
Glitter to the point. I think actually what people are doing is they're buying slices of their childhood or their early years or whatever. And I think that these are representations of a time and place, just like Pez was just pointing out. Like this is, my memory. I remember, where I was that year. I remember what I was doing that year, and I remember that this was a movie I was watching during that
I
year.
remember when I realized that a certain entity wasn't real because I saw it in my parents' bag from Albertsons.
Is that how you found out about the Tooth Fairy too?
The Easter Bunny. But Santa was still real for another 5 years. I don't understand why. That's how it works. Santa is more plausible than the Easter Bunny.
What? I thought that bunnies were more real than Santa.
I don't know. Like, the thing is, I always thought the Easter Bunny was real, and I would find snow tracks of the Easter Bunny outside when we would stay up in, like, a cabin for Easter. But I don't know. Like, I know my parents were definitely...
Glitter says she can't listen to this stream in public. You are giving away things that you should not be. You are saying blasphemous things right now.
No! I'm saying the Easter Bunny is real, but my parents didn't believe in the Easter Bunny, so they were doing things to
Oh, they didn't have the belief.
They didn't believe, but they made me question my belief.
Because I was wondering what you were talking about. I was like, wait, aren't these bunnies real?
I was trying to skirt around it. No, they're totally real. The Easter Bunny is absolutely real. Like, I've seen the tracks in the snow. I'm just saying, like, my parents didn't believe in the Easter Bunny, so they were afraid the Easter Bunny wasn't going to come to visit me. So they bought me Lion King. And I saw them buying Lion King for me because they didn't have faith in the Easter Bunny, and that's more on them than it is on me.
Okay. So, tying back in, now the Lion King and probably that particular VHS release, that is tied to this specific time in your life, and if something happened to your collection, your Pacific time in your life, and if something happened to that, you'd probably want to try and replace it so that you could still have that memory.
No, I probably would, especially with, just natural disasters and the way things happen with life. Like, I wouldn't want to make it unattainable to someone, but I definitely know, like, the memories are worth a lot. And I know that I get happy every time I come back to my parents' house and I see that collection, which is maybe why I have a terrible habit of collecting things in my apartment. But
so I think, to go back and answer Glitter's question about this, I think that is the purpose why these are valuable to collectors, why they're willing to pony up in order to get these things. It's more about the nostalgia and when these things were released, as opposed to what the contents of the tape might be.
And I do think it's a short period of it being worthwhile, because people my age are, once they have children who are a little bit more grown, maybe 10 years from now, I don't know if they're really going to value what is nostalgic at that point. I think you, at that point, have to wait like another 30 years until you're excited getting the, like, I'm going to bungle this, but 32s or 8 tracks or whatever of Bambi or whatever other Disney sort of record that they released. That is something that is bizarre to me that my grandparents had. And we were going through and it was just memory lane for my mom. Those things are worth like $1,000 a piece.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was going to also talk about LPs, records. There was a period when, with the advent of the iPod back in the day, and now everybody's phone is basically an iPod at the same time, record sales, because records had been able to compete with like cassette tapes and even CDs to a certain degree for a long while. But as soon as like you were able to play music digitally over some kind of a device, like record sales, basically like record shops, music shops and stuff all over the world started shutting down. My dad thought, well, that was it. He had spent so much time collecting and curating
I hate this
his
story.
record collection over decades, and he sold them for pennies on the dollar. And he had things like original, like first printing or edition or pressing, I think first pressing, of Sticky Fingers from the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, meanwhile, Sticky Fingers, that's the album that I ruined that my dad had, because I was like, oh, there's a zipper on it. I bet it can work.
Yeah,
and I screwed it up at the bottom.
It's an interactive album cover for the record that's like a pair of jeans, and it had a functioning zipper on it.
Yeah,
And
but I was 12 years old. Do you think I'm not going to play with the zipper?
so my dad took his entire collection that included a lot of stuff like that and sold them for like pennies on the dollar if he had just waited a year or two for the resurgence of records that we're experiencing now, because it gives you a tactile experience of the music that's gone from how we all experience music now. And now his record collection would probably be worth,
Tens of
probably,
thousands of dollars.
if not
Yeah.
over $100,000, maybe $200,000. Like,
Yeah,
we're talking about
easily.
first pressings with original covers, and he was meticulous in taking care of these things.
So the
And
thing
he
I
probably
want,
made like, I don't know, $100 for this entire collection that he had.
the thing
Um,
I want from my dad is the Are You experience that I listened to all through college to the point where it has this beautiful, warm, like worn out sound to it. Like it's echoey and it's not ideal. And I know to most people it wouldn't matter, but to me, every time I hear it, it reminds me of who my dad must have been in college and how fun he must have been to hang out with because he was constantly playing Are You Experienced?
it it has the history right there in the grooves of the record.
It
So it's
really
not just the
does.
music, it's the history.
No, it carries it and it's important. And if I ever do a post-apoc where I am able to get the rights to any of that, I want to try to replicate it, which is going to mean whoever's doing sound for the movie is going to have to track down records like my dad has. Because you
Yeah.
can't fake that. You can't.
Yeah.
And maybe to a certain extent, that's how VHS is. Maybe that's why there's that value.
And you see, like, when people are trying to do something, like post a YouTube video or something, and they want to give it a little bit of a nostalgic feel, you see them throw that VHS like noise filter over the top of it.
But
Um,
it's not the same. Like Julie
yeah,
Noki did a great job. There was a video this last week that she did. But it's so artificial. It's
yeah,
totally different. There's still those video cameras. It's not hard to access them, and you can do it for real. It's just a pain in the butt to convert it to digital and all that.
yeah. Yeah, a lot of hoops to jump through.
A lot of hoops.
All right, so this went pretty far afield. Fortnite. Last thoughts and impressions. We've got about 11 and a half hours before the start of season 8, and presumably the continuation here. We were beamed up into the big mothership.
Such a cool animation.
We ran around inside. We discovered Kevin the Cube in there, activated him, rebooted him. Apparently, Kevin was able to clone himself or replicate himself throughout the ship and was used as the power to blow the ship up and bring it raining down on the island before we ourselves were hit with some debris and everything went dark. And now
Yes,
we're
sir.
at this screen here.
Yes, sir.
Any last thoughts about that experience, the season, or what might be coming up for us?
Hopefully good stuff.
Yeah, I would concur on that front.
I'm hoping we get a Mad Max season just because that's what I like. But
Oh, so kind of like a desolate, post-apocalyptic kind of environment.
we kind of got that the season before, like
Mm-hmm.
2 ago. I don't know. Before Primal, we kind of got that. So I don't know. I just really like the leaked uh, screenshot of Chiara. I really like that a lot.
Some people
I
have
would.
thought that we might end up with a whole new island. Do you think that might be the case?
Yeah, yeah, nope. I doubt it's going to be an entirely new island. I think there are still going to be bastions of normalcy for some folks, but like Holly Hedges had all of those incubators. That can't persist. You've got the folks
So you
over
think the alien
at.
influence is going to be totally gone?
I hope so, yeah. I mean, otherwise you end up with like a hybrid reality, right?
One of the thoughts that I had was had to hydrate there for a second. Nobody had told me to hydrate yet, so I had to just do it on my own. Um, this could have been a gateway into an alien world. With the
Oh,
destruction of the ship, it's looking less and less likely. But that was the other possibility. So that Holly Hedges wasn't the outlier; it became the new standard, and we ended up in like an alien world.
okay.
So that was one thought that I was having. But you're gunning or you're hoping for kind of a desolate, post-apocalyptic Mad Max type
I don't know if
environment.
I'm gunning for it. I like the idea of it a lot. I would really like to see that going on. Because it's one of my favorite genres like ever, maybe period.
Have you heard rumors about any other possibilities?
Yeah, I have actually. I've heard rumors about I mean, it's nothing specific. It's just like little tidbits that have leaked out. Like HypeX generally is the person you would go to for any of this stuff, and he's been pretty quiet about it. Um, let's see here.
Oh, you're
When I
investigating.
am
So
investigating.
I'm kind of wondering myself. I've also heard the possibility of the return of some POIs, even from before before I started playing. There could be the return of some POIs like Tilted Towers. People have been talking about all that. I wasn't sure about that. Some other people were talking about the return of Kevin the Cube, and I was like, well, yeah, we'll see. Maybe they'll like, reference it or something like that. But with such a prominent reoccurrence of Kevin the Cube, now I don't know. It may be kind of a reset button. I'm thinking it could be a new island, or it could be the original island remastered, if you will. And it's very interesting to see that or to think that this could kind of be a reset button for the whole thing, and we might end up with an entirely new island in the sense of completely new POIs, or it might be a flashback, a time travel. Maybe that would be a time travel. That might be fun if there were special like time travel devices or things like that that got introduced that you could use. Maybe we end up going back to the original island.
You know, they kind of needed to have an island change because they're going into um, 5. What is it? What's it called? Unreal 5.
That's
That's
true. So we've got the new release of the Unreal Engine that's going to be incorporated into the new season.
hmm
And with those graphics, that ray tracing, all the abilities of the new version of the Unreal Engine, it opens up the doors for them to be able to try and do a lot of new things. So that could be influencing what we're going to see in about 11 hours and 15 minutes now. So there's a lot of exciting potential on the horizon. Are they going to go new? Are they going to go destruction? Are they going to go old? Um, I think it's very exciting. And we also know that some of the items that they had been working about, like there was some bees, like you could throw like a hive of bees and things like that. Some of the things that never actually made it into the game, it seems that leakers have been saying they're working on these items again. So they might be brought back or brought to the game in the first place for this next season. I guess we'll have to find out.
Hypex says, fun fact, Kevin didn't kill any players and only eliminated AIs or duplicates of you and your friends.
And that was something that I did figure because I know that some of the people we had in the group, they're like, "Oh no, people are getting killed." But I was like, I bet those were probably bots or something that plants, that weren't actually us. The other thing that I was thinking was
Mm-hmm.
maybe people had bad connections or there was some kind of a problem with the server and they were just like logging out or something.
Yeah,
Um,
that makes sense.
yeah, so those were the possibilities I was thinking of, but it's nice to have this possible confirmation that it was because the same way Dr. Sloan ended up with these duplicates and stuff like that. Or was that her nefarious things? Like, what are we going to see from Dr. Sloan? We know from the crossover with the DC comic books, she's actually working with Lex Luthor and the Bat Who Laughs and opened up that portal in Metropolis, which probably was responsible for how we got Superman in on this season. Um, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of speculation going forward. I'm excited to see it. So I guess I better like eat and get some of my work done and everything in the next 11 hours and 13 minutes so that I'll be ready to check out what the new season has in store. We'll do our best to be back here with you if you happen to be up at that time. If I happen to be up at that time, and we'll check this out. If not, we'll catch it tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. This is exciting.
Well, thanks for having me, and thank you for having the Glitter Bubble, Dance Master,
Yeah.
Dr. Zoidberg, and Weedle the Great. I think we had a great time. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you guys for being on. You got to check out Pez. Give yourself a shout out. Give the Glitter Bubble a shout out. I would shout out everyone, but I know not everyone is streaming on Twitch. But I know you guys are doing great things there. If you haven't checked out PezPusher's channel yet, you absolutely should. You absolutely need to. Pez is a variety streamer who, to my delight, does a lot of Fortnite. But she does a lot of other cool games too. Particularly recently, she's been doing a game called Biomutant that's adorable and a lot of fun. And the graphics and the location and everything are great. But she does a lot of games, even some kind of like quirky independent releases. Ooblets,
You know I
if
love
you're
my indie
familiar with
games.
that. Yeah.
Ooblets was fun.
That's a cute little game that you were streaming. So there's a lot of stuff, and sometimes it's just chatting, and she'll get philosophical with you and stuff like that. So absolutely check out PezPusher's channel when you get a chance. The Glitter Bubble. At this point, she's doing Twitch streaming and also does the Facebook gaming streaming sometimes. And the fun thing that she'll do a lot is she's really diving into the world of VR. So she's using the headset, and she has found ways to tie the games she's playing so that it looks like she's standing in the environment. I know one of her favorites to do is Beat Saber. And it's really fun to actually see, rather than like, all of us do, we'll often put our little pictures down in the corners. Pez is always really good at that. I often forget to like have a camera on me and like put my little picture in the corner. Pez is good about that. But the fun thing about Glitter's streams, if you're able to check them out, is when she's doing the VR, you can see her in the environment. And that makes for a really fun streaming experience. So definitely check out the Glitter Bubble as well. PezPusher, thanks for sticking around here to the bitter end. I think
Thank you.
we had a lot of fun with this new event. It was a really good time, and I'm glad I was able to share it with you guys.
Thank you so much. That was fun.
I was just checking my chat, and maybe because I let it like fall asleep or something. Were you able to do shout outs for you and the Glitter Bubble?
We gotta update a bot. We gotta create a bot for you, but I was able to mention us.
Oh, okay. All right. I missed out on it. So go ahead, click their names, click the mentions, click the whatever you can, and definitely check out the Glitter Bubble and PezPusher. And I guess we'll see you. Maybe we'll see you in 11 hours here. Let's see what I can schedule to figure this out. There was no forewarning that it was going to be a certain amount of time later. So we'll see what we can do scheduling wise, and hopefully we'll see you back here in several hours.
All right.
All
Cheers.
right. Thanks again.